Severe flooding has hit Barcelona following extremely heavy rain, less than a week after the devastating floods in Valencia, which killed more than 200 people. Barcelona has been on red alert for torrential rain. Water entered some parts of the main airport, causing major flight delays, and trains were suspended too. Nick Beak reports first, though, from Valencia, where rescue workers are continuing to comb through underground car parks to search for missing people.
The official search for bodies goes on, all along the flood-ravaged ravines. But many of the families of Spain's missing have given up on the authorities and are doing the work themselves. This new Instagram page, part tribute, part plea for help to find their loved ones. Among them, brothers Ivan, on the left, and Ruben, just 3 years old. We went to the boys' town and found the family home, what's left of it. The brothers' bedroom door, one of the few things still standing.
Every one of the communities devastated by these floods has its own particular dreadful story. What happened here is the sheer power of the water picked up trucks. One of them came crashing down towards the family home. It knocked down a wall. The lights went out, the water came in, sweeping away the two boys and their dad.
Jonathan, their next-door neighbour, told us what happened next.
The water destroyed everything in its path. The dad told me that he'd managed to take his boys in his arms, but then realised they had gone. He said the power of the water was incredible.
Oh my God, they shouted, when the water flooded Valencia's largest shopping centre last week. It had been full of families. Many of them escaped, but fears have grown that some may have been trapped in the underground car park. Dozens of empty cars have been retrieved, but others have not yet been reached. When we asked one police officer if he knew whether anyone had died here, he wouldn't tell us. Many Spaniards are furious at a lack of information. Today in the second city, Barcelona, a new deluge filled the streets, cancelling trains and planes, bringing more misery. Last week's devastating floodwaters have long receded, but they've exposed anger and a sense of abandonment, and that feeling is not going away. Nick Beak, BBC News, Valencia.
And the family of a British couple who were missing in the Valencia area has confirmed that they've died. Don and Terry Turner emigrated to Spain 10 years ago. Their bodies were found in their car. Navtesh Johal has been speaking to their daughters.
They didn't know. They wouldn't have left the house.
Don and Terry Turner had been married for 52 years. For the past decade, the couple in their 70s from Burntwood in Staffordshire had been living in Pedralba near Valencia, but were considering returning home to be closer to their daughters again. The last time Ruth spoke to her mum was on Monday, the day before the floods.
I said, I love you, Mum. And she says, I love you too, Bab. Because that's what she'd always say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a great call, and I'm glad I've got that to hold on to.
But a few days later, after hearing they'd gone missing, the sisters received a call confirming that their parents had been found dead in their car.
I collapsed on the floor. I just remember my legs just went out from underneath me.
And then we were on video call, and I think we were just literally screaming, weren't we? You actually can't explain, can you, how that felt? I can't explain that.
It's believed the couple were on their way to buy gas when they were caught in the floods, the worst in Spain in decades. In some areas, a year's worth of rain fell in just 8 hours. Their daughters say their parents didn't receive any warning from the authorities.
I'll never understand that. And they need to be held accountable. I'm so angry, so frustrated at how slack they are. It's not just our parents, it's hundreds. How can they have allowed that to happen?
Renee and Ruth are still coming to terms with what's happened, with their grief.
There's no words. There are no words.
No. I can't answer. I'm sorry.
And I've Tej Johal with that report.